Hello everyone. So today we will discuss about the remaining parts of the gravitation. So this is class second class. Second class. In previous class we have discussed already about the Newton's law of gravitation. The Newton's law of gravitation between two massive objects, and then we discuss about the acceleration due to gravity at the earth surface, and finally in the last we have discussed the value of g at a height h. So we already discussed about this thing. So what is the Newton's law of gravitation? So Newton's law of gravitation is that the force of attraction between two massive objects is directly proportional to product of their masses and is inversely proportional to square of the central distance between them. The central distance between them, its square is inversely proportional and is directly proportional to the product of the masses. So finally we find the gravitational force, that is G m1 m2 divided by r square, and the value of G is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square divided by kg square. So we already discussed this part, and what is the unit, this one unit, and then dimension, and then we again discussed that why we are situated on the earth surface and why we are hanging down from the earth surface. And there is a properties of the gravitational force that we have already discussed, that the gravitational force is a weak force, right? Gravitational force is a weak force. So that's why it is relatively compared to our weight force. That's why we can situate it on the earth surface. Okay, so there is the vector form of the g value that we know. So if we are moving to upward, then that will be negative, and if we are moving to downward, then that will be positive. So we have already discussed about that. And what is the value of acceleration due to gravity at a height h? So h height के ऊपर में g का वैल्यू क्या रहेगा, तो वो भी हम डिस्कस किए थे. So g dash is equal to g into pi minus 2s by r. So what is r? R is the central distance between the object, and in this case, so if we rewind the diagram को याद कर सकते हैं, तो यहाँ पर जो ऑब्जेक्ट था उसका मास था स्मॉल m, और यहाँ पर जो ऑब्जेक्ट था उसका मास था कैपिटल m. Distance between them was capital M, so small h. That is at a height h the object is situated. h height के ऊपर में ऑब्जेक्ट है, तो सो r जो है वो अर्थ का रेडियस था. then this one is the formula g dash is equal to g into r minus 2s by r. बट इस केस में जो ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स है वो कितना है, g स्मॉल m into कैपिटल M डिवाइडेड बाय r plus h होल स्क्वायर. क्योंकि यहाँ पे सेंट्रल डिस्टेंस जो है वो इस ऑब्जेक्ट का, मतलब ये अर्थ का जो टोटल मास कंसंट्रेटेड सेंटर के जगह में है, और ये कंपैरेटिवली लोअर मास है. सो द सेंट्रल डिस्टेंस बिटवीन देम विल बी दिस वन. This one is r and this one is h. So central distance is h. So last. Now we will see what will be the value of g if we are moving down. This is the value of g when we are moving to upward. That is at a height h, the value of the gravitation, the value of the acceleration due to gravity is known as g dash. But now we will see what will be the value of the acceleration due to gravity when we are moving to downward. अगर हम नीचे जा रहे हैं तो उस टाइम पे एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी का क्या फार्मूला आएगा. अगर हम ऊपर जा रहे हैं तो यही फार्मूला रहेगा, क्योंकि ये जो एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी है ये डिसाइड करता है कि हमारा वेट के साथ, हमारा मास के साथ अगर हम g मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो हमारा वेट भी निकाल के देगा. फिर हम डिस्कस किए थे व्हाट इज ग्रेविटी, व्हाट इज सेंट्रीपेटल फोर्स एंड व्हाट इज सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स. always the gravitational force act as a centripetal force. Okay, because the gravitational force is a vector quantity and its direction is towards center की तरफ है. ठीक है, तो अब हम देखेंगे. So what will be the value of the g when we are moving to downward? So for such case, we will do diagram that will describe you the value of acceleration due to gravity at a certain depth. Okay, so the g value of g at a depth. So this is the calculation at a depth. So what we will do? So this is our surface. Now हम इसको खुदाई करके कुछ नीचे की तरफ जाएंगे. So this का distance है d. So what we did, we are moving to downward. This is a well structure. Okay, so we are here. This one is our object and this is the mark. This is the earth, which mass is capital A and the radius is capital R. Okay, so let us consider an object of mass small a. Let us consider an object of mass small a is located or situated at a depth d from the earth surface. So what is d? D is the depth from earth surface. अर्थ सरफेस के नीचे की तरफ है जहाँ m situated है. So d is the depth from the earth surface. Again I am repeating. Let us consider an object of mass small m is located or situated at a depth d from the earth surface. Let capital A be the mass of the earth and capital R be the radius of the earth. Okay, so what is g? So g is the acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity at earth surface. At earth surface, this is important. Acceleration due to gravity at earth surface. But what is the value of g dash? So g dash is the acceleration due to gravity at a depth d. At a depth d. So our aim is now to evaluate the value of the g dash, which is the acceleration due to gravity at a depth d. G is the acceleration due to gravity at the earth surface. If the object is here, then the value of g is that is g. So we know that this g value is gm by r square, where m is the mass of the earth and r is the radius of the earth. If you substitute the mass and radius of the earth, then you will obtain this value as 9.8 meter per second square. So this acceleration due to gravity will give you at the earth surface. But our aim is to evaluate the value of the g at a depth. So that is nothing but the g dash. So what will be the value of the g dash? This is our aim to evaluate. Okay, so write the theory. So now let's do the calculation. So what do we have? We have one thing, that is g equal to gm by r square. Now we will see what is happening here, right? What is happening here? Okay, so in this case also we have the case. So this is the earth radius. Okay, so again if you look that in the previous class we have discussed already about that the weight and the gravitational force is balanced. That's why the mass is situated here. It is at a height from the center. Okay, so though it is at a depth, the object is at a depth, but it is at a height of the center. Okay, so the balance equation is that the weight will be equal to gravitational force because it is situated here. Okay, so and it is not moving to upward or not moving to downward, but the earth system is rotating, and we are neglecting that case. So remember, so this is at a height h. So maybe g negative. So that will, but the balance equation is that weight equal to the gravitational force. Okay. So now what will be the weight, that is m, and we don't know in this case what will be the value of g. So that will be g gas. But what is the gravitational force? So that is nothing but g m1 m2 divided by what will be the central distance. So this radius is r and this is d. So this one is our central distance. This one. So this one is our central distance, and the central distance value is r minus d. So what is the gravitational force? R minus d is square. Okay, so this is the weight force, that is the gas equal to g l in capital L divided by r square. Okay, so this is the balanced case that weight with the gravitational force. If we draw the simple diagram, that mass is here, then weight is to downward, that is mg gas, and the gravitational force here acts as centrifugal force, so that will be mg. But remember, in this case, we will do one another diagram where remember that the mass is situated here at a depth d. So the mass is here and the depth is here, and the radius is the r. So the central distance is r minus d. That's why we use. But remember, the object is not situating above the earth surface, right? It is not situating above the earth surface. It is below the earth surface. So the gravitational force will act between this imaginary sphere, that is this imaginary earth, and the object. So this mass is let m dash. So what is m dash? Okay, so let this be capital M dash. So m dash is the mass of imaginary earth on which the object is situated. The object is situated or located, right? So the mass is not sitting. In this case, what we have seen, the mass is here. That's why the gravitational force is Gl and the capital L divided by r square. In the second case, we have also discussed this thing, that there is the mass is there, which is at a high height, but this is not situated, right? This is an imaginary in the space case. So this is under this is above the earth, but in case when we are moving to downward, that we are not situating on the earth surface. The object ये कहाँ पर बैठा है, जो इमेजिनरी सरफेस मतलब जो इमेजिनरी अर्थ है उसके ऊपर बैठा है, ठीक है? So the mass will be m dash. That what will be m? M is the mass of earth, r is the radius of the earth. But m dash, this is the imaginary earth, this one, the imaginary earth. If you will back it to here, then that will be, this case is this one. This one is m dash and the object is situated here. So the balanced case, that will be weight will be downward and the gravitational force will be upward. So that's why the weight is equal to the gravitational force. If you are in doubt, then please comment on the comment section. Okay, so let's remove this one. So this is the case where to evaluate the value of the G at depth. Okay, so now this is our equation. So mg dash equal to, so we will cancel the small m, that is g dash equal to g into capital M dash divided by r minus t whole square. Then actually we don't know, हमको पता नहीं है कि ये m dash कितना है, so हम इसको कंपेयर करेंगे m के साथ. So what is m? m क्या है? अर्थ का जो मास है वो है m. m is the mass of the earth and capital R is the radius of the earth. Okay, so but there is an imaginary earth on which the object is situated. This is the imaginary earth, right? Let this radius is r dash. So this radius is r dash and this mass is m dash. Okay, so now remember every solid object have equal density. Okay, density is a constant quantity. So we will use that phenomenon. We know that density is constant. So what is this? This is density. So density is constant. Therefore, density of imaginary earth equal to density of earth. Okay. So what is density? That is mass by volume. So m dash by, what will be the volume? This is an imaginary sphere. So 4 by 3 pi r dash cube. What is the density of r? That is m by 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, so you can cancel out 4 by 3 pi, 4 by 3 pi. So what is the value of m dash we obtained? So we obtained that m dash equal to capital M into r dash cube divided by r cube. So this is the value of m dash we obtained. M dash equal to m r dash cube divided by r cube. Okay, so now let's see what's happening the g value. Now again come to the g dash value. So g dash will be g, what is m dash? So m dash we obtain m r dash cube divided by r cube. Okay, so this is the value of m dash. Then again one is there, that is r minus d whole square. Okay, so if you will see what will be the value of r dash. What is the value of r dash? Remember, r dash is nothing but that is r minus d. Okay, if we look to the diagram, what is r dash? This one is r dash, correct? This one is r dash, this one r dash, this one is r dash, this is r and this one is d, right? So if you will see, this one is your r dash and this one is your r and this one is d. Okay, this radius is r dash, this one is r dash, this one is r and this one is d and this one is r dash. So r dash equal to capital R minus d. This is r. Okay, so this one is r and this depth is d. So r dash equal to capital R minus small d. Okay, so if you substitute here the r dash value, that will be capital R minus d whole cube. Okay, so again, what is the value of gm by r square? What is the value? We can write this r cube as gm by r square and here square and here cube. So that we will cancel r minus d by r. So what is gm by r square? This is nothing but g. So g equal to, that will be g dash equal to g into 1 minus d by r. Okay, so this is the expression of the value of acceleration due to gravity at a depth g. So finally we obtain the expression as g dash equal to g into r minus d by r. Okay, so when what we have seen that this is the equation, final equation. Then remember we are situating on the imaginary earth surface. So we have to write the gravitational force, the two massive objects. One mass is small m and another mass is not earth mass, it is the imaginary earth mass. यहाँ पे हमने जो इमेजिनरी को क्रिएट किए हैं उसका मास है कैपिटल एम डैश, ठीक है। सो ये जो स्मॉल एम वो तो कैंसिल हो गया, सो जी डैश जी एम कैपिटल एम डैश। अभी हमें निकालना है कि ये एम डैश एम के साथ कैसे रिलेटेड है। तो उसके लिए हमें क्या करना है, हमें ये कॉन्सेप्ट यूज करना है कि जो डेंसिटी है वो कांस्टेंट है। सो इसका जो डेंसिटी, अर्थ का जो डेंसिटी रहेगा वो अर्थ से कोई अगर छोटा भी ऑब्जेक्ट हम लेके जाएंगे तो उसका डेंसिटी सेम रहेगा। मतलब ये जो डस्टर है इसका जो डेंसिटी है, इसका हम कुछ अगर स्मॉल पार्ट यहाँ से निकाल के लेके भी जाएंगे उसका डेंसिटी भी वही रहेगा, ठीक है। जो अर्थ का डेंसिटी है वो इमेजिनरी अर्थ का भी डेंसिटी है, लेकिन ऑब्जेक्ट का डेंसिटी अलग है क्योंकि ऑब्जेक्ट अर्थ से नहीं है। ये जो इमेजिनरी सरफेस है वो अर्थ का है, इसलिए इसका जो डेंसिटी रहेगा उसका भी वही डेंसिटी रहेगा। सो इमेजिनरी मास कितना है एम डैश, रेडियस आर डैश। सो वॉल्यूम इज द स्फीयर, एक्चुअली डेंसिटी इक्वल टू मास बाय वॉल्यूम, राइट। डेंसिटी इक्वल टू मास बाय वॉल्यूम एंड दिस इज द स्फीयर, सो वॉल्यूम इक्वल टू 4/3 pi r cube. Okay, actually what I have written that m dash by v dash equal to m by v. So that's why the volume this is per earth, so 4/3 pi r cube, 4/3 pi r. Then we cancel out and find the relation between m dash and m. This is the relation. Then what is r dash? This one is r dash. This is r. This is d. And this is r dash. So r dash equal to r minus d. You substitute here and calculate. Then you will get the acceleration due to gravity. Okay. So finally, what we got? We got the value of acceleration due to gravity at a height. Then we obtained the value of acceleration due to gravity at a depth. So we obtained the depth d dash equal to g into 1 minus d by r. Okay, and at a height d dash equal to g into 1 minus 2s square. So this one also 1 minus, this one also 1 minus. Okay, so this one is at a height and this one is at a depth. So what we obtained that the g value is maximum. The g value is maximum at surface. So अगर हम ऊपर जाए या नीचे जाए, जहाँ भी जाए g का वैल्यू डिक्रीज करे। अर्थ सरफेस में जो सिंडिकेटर है, जो अर्थ के ऊपर बैठा है उसका g वैल्यू मैक्सिमम होगा। So if you will move to upward or you will move to downward, in both case the acceleration due to gravity will be reduced from the g at surface. Okay, so g dash at h height पे जो g dash का वैल्यू होची c भी लेस देन g और डेप्थ रे g होची c भी लेस देन g. Okay, so g is the value of acceleration due to gravity at earth surface. This is the acceleration due to gravity at a depth. This is the acceleration due to gravity at a height. Okay, so now if d equal to r, so what is this case? You look to this case. If यदि अगर हम उसको पूरा सेंटर तक चले जाएंगे, नीचे जा जाके पूरा सेंटर तक अगर चले जाएंगे, if we move to the center, okay, if we move to the center, खुदाई करके अगर हम सेंटर तक चले जाएंगे, खुड़ी की जगह हमें सेंटर पर्यंत पड़ेगा, ताले d इक्वल r. What is r? This is the r. Okay, so this is the radius and this is the center, and we have taken this value as d. अगर d r के साथ इक्वल हो जाएगा तो हम अगर हम सेंटर तक चले जाएंगे तो what will be the value of g dash, that is g into r minus d by r. So d equal to r, so r by r, hence this is 0. Hence the acceleration due to gravity at the center is 0. Okay, so acceleration due to gravity is 0 at the center, but it is maximum at the earth surface. So when you are situating on earth surface, the acceleration due to gravity is maximum. If we move to upward, then acceleration due to gravity will decrease. If we move to downward, then also acceleration due to gravity decrease. But at the earth surface, it is maximum. Okay, so this is the acceleration due to gravity. Now we will discuss about the orbital velocity. Okay, so now we will discuss about the orbital velocity. So what is orbital velocity? Okay, orbital velocity. Orbital velocity. Remember, it is can be represented as u, orbital velocity. So what is orbital velocity? So orbital velocity is simple, the velocity with which the orbit is moving, or you can say that the velocity at which the planet is revolving around the star or the satellite is revolving around the planet. So if this is a planet and this is a satellite, okay, this is a planet and this is a satellite, and the satellite is moving in a particular orbit, then that velocity with which velocity the satellite is moving known as orbital velocity. Or the second case, that this is a star. Okay, so this is a star and this is a planet. तो इसको हम सोच सकते हैं कि ये हमारा सूर्य नारायण है और ये हमारा अर्थ है जो रोटेट कर रहा है उसके साइड में. ओके, सो इसका जो वेलोसिटी है उसको भी हम ऑर्बिटल वेलोसिटी कह सकते हैं. ओके, सो ऑर्बिटल वेलोसिटी इज डिफाइंड एज द वेलोसिटी with which the satellite is moving around the planet or the planet is revolving around the star. प्लैनेट स्टार के जो ऑर्बिट में रोटेट कर रहा है या सैटेलाइट जो प्लैनेट के ऑर्बिट में रोटेट कर रहा है, जिस वेलोसिटी से रोटेट कर रहा है उसको बोलते हैं ऑर्बिटल वेलोसिटी. ओके, सो ऑर्बिटल वेलोसिटी इज डिफाइंड एज द वेलोसिटी with which the satellite is revolving around the planet or the planet is revolving around the star. Okay, so let us consider a planet of mass capital M and a satellite of mass small m is revolving around the. Okay, so this is the satellite. This is the satellite and this is the planet. So let us consider a satellite is revolving around the planet in an orbital path which is at a height h. Okay, so the planet is so the satellite is revolving around the planet. So ये भी हमको पता है कि हमारे जो बहुत सारे सैटेलाइट जो अर्थ के चतुर्पार्श में रोटेट कर रहे हैं, सो अर्थ राउंड में रोटेट कर रहे हैं, बहुत सारे सैटेलाइट है. सो उसके से मतलब सैटेलाइट रोटेट कर रहा है, ये हमारा प्लैनेट है. तो मैं एक सिंपल डायग्राम बनाता हूँ. तो सो आई मेक अ सिंपल डायग्राम. So you see, okay, so this is our Earth, which has mass capital M and the radius is r, and this is a satellite which is rotating around the Earth. Okay, so this is a satellite whose mass is small m. Let us consider a planet like Earth which has a mass m and radius r. Full stop. Again, let us consider a satellite which has mass m is revolving around the planet. Is revolving around the planet at a height h from the planet. Okay, so let us consider a planet of mass capital M and radius. Again, let us consider a satellite which has mass small m is revolving around a planet at a height h. Full stop. Let capital M with the mass of the planet, let capital R with the radius of the planet. Okay, so we know that when it is revolving, there will be a centripetal force and there will be a centrifugal force. Okay, so the centrifugal force will be equivalent to centripetal force. So this is centripetal and this is centrifugal. Okay, so centrifugal और centripetal ये दोनों जब तक बैलेंस रहेंगे तब तक हमारा सैटेलाइट रोटेट कर सकता है. ठीक है, सो व्हाट इज द सेंट्रिपिटल फोर्स? दिस इज नथिंग बट द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स. And what is the centripetal force expression? This is nothing but mv square, right? What is the r value? This is the central distance, right? R plus h square. What is the centripetal force equation? This is mv square by r. But remember, this is the centripetal force. Okay, but this r is the central distance. So here center is there and here center is there. So the central distance is this one and this is r plus h. So सेंट्रीफ्यूगल और सेंट्रीफ्यूगल अगर हम एक ऑब्जेक्ट को यहाँ से थ्रेड के जरिए में रोटेट करेंगे तब वो तब तक रोटेट करेगा जब तक सेंट्रीपेटल और सेंट्रीफ्यूगल ये दोनों बैलेंस रहेंगे, ठीक है. So this is the centrifugal force, that is the R1, and this is the centripetal force, and the expression is actually this is the centripetal force and this is the centrifugal force. Okay, so this is centrifugal. Don't confuse. So mv square by r plus h. So this velocity is nothing but the orbital velocity. Okay, so what is the expression of gravitational force? So this is g small m into capital M divided by r plus h whole square equal to mv0 square divided by r plus h. Okay, so this is mv square by r. Okay, so mv square by r. So that is the r plus h. Okay, so now the mm is here cancelled. So v0 equal to g capital M divided by r plus h root over. So this is the expression of orbital velocity gm divided by r plus h root over. So this is the orbital velocity that the satellite जैसे भी हम सैटेलाइट देख रहे हैं, एयरटेल का हो, बीएसएनएल का हो, तो जो भी सैटेलाइट मतलब उपग्रह जिसको बोलते हैं, तो जो भी सैटेलाइट का हम भेज रहे हैं वो अर्थ के चतुर्पार्श्व मतलब अर्थ का जो सराउंडिंग में वो कितना वेलोसिटी में मूव करेगा, gm by r plus h का स्क्वायर रूट. ओके, सो दिस इज द एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ ऑर्बिटल वेलोसिटी, that is v0 equal to gm by r plus h root over. Okay, so what is gm? We know that g equal to gm by r square. Okay, so gm equal to gr square divided by r plus h root over. So this we can also write gr. Okay, anyway, so that will be gm by square root of r plus h. Okay, so that one we can divide this r to the downward side, that is to the denominator. So that will be 1 plus h by r and root over. So when h is very less than r, so your orbital velocity will be root over the gr. So remember, this is another expression of orbital velocity when your h that the satellite is nearly to Earth's surface. The satellite is rotating nearly to the Earth's surface. The orbital velocity will be square root of gr. Okay, so this one is one expression and this one is another expression, but this is the original expression. And you know this acceleration due to gravity equation. Substitute here gm value, then take 1 bar to the denominator, 1 r to denominator, 1 r in the numerator. Then when h is very less than r, এটা हम जानी चाहिए कि हमें बहुत हाइट पर जंप जाए पाएबानी. So v0 will be square root of gr. Okay, so this is the expression of orbital velocity. Now we will see the Kepler's law. So what is Kepler's law? Okay, so what are the Kepler's law? Kepler has given 3 laws. Okay, so what is the first law? That the first law is that Earth revolves around the Sun not in a circular orbit but in elliptical orbit. Okay, with Sun situated at the focus. So the first thing is that we know that previously in the Newton gravitational, that is on the Newtonian mechanics, we observed that the Earth is a sphere. Sorry, Earth is a sphere, but the Sun is there and Earth is rotating in a spherical orbital path. But Kepler says that no, it is not correct. Earth is rotating. Suppose this is Sun, then Earth is rotating in a elliptical path where Sun is situated at a focus. So what is ellipse? If this is an ellipse, this one ellipse has two focus. One is F1 and another is F2. So Kepler says that the Earth is revolving around the Sun in an elliptical path, and the Sun is situated at one of the foci. Okay, so कहले जे Earth का Sun चारिपटे रोटेट करुची गोटे elliptical path रे जोठी Sun टा गोटे फोकस रे सिचुएटेड रहउची. So the first law is Earth revolving around the Sun in an elliptical path where the Sun is situated at one of the foci. And what is the second law? The second law is that while the planet revolves around the Sun, the aerial velocity remains constant. The aerial velocity remains constant. Aerial velocity remains constant. So what is the second law? When the Earth revolves around the Sun, the aerial velocity will be constant. What is aerial velocity? This is nothing but area covered per unit time. So this is the aerial velocity. That means if you will say that in 1 second it is cover this area, in 2 seconds it will also cover the same area. In 4 seconds it will cover around 4 so the aerial velocity will be constant. 1 second रे जति बाट जाइथिबा 2 सेकंड रे 20 सेकंड बाट जिबा आ जदि हम 3 सेकंड रे देखिबा ताले पुनी सेकंड बाट जाइथिबा. तेनु प्रत्येक टाइम इंटरवल रे एरिया कवर विल बी सेम. Okay, so the aerial velocity will be constant. What is aerial velocity? Na area cover per unit time. तेनु जदि 5टा ରୁ 6ଟା ଭିତରେ ଏତିକି ଜାଗା କଭର କରିଛି ତାହେଲେ 6ଟା ରୁ 7ଟା ଭିତରେ ବି ସେତିକି ଜାଗା କଭର କରିବ. ସେଇଟା ହେଉଛି aerial velocity. So the aerial velocity remains constant. And what is third law? So this is the aerial velocity remains constant. So what is third law? So third law is saying that when the planet is revolving around the Sun, it will take some time. Okay, so what is time period? Time period is that time to complete a path. The time taken to complete a path. What is time period? The time taken to complete a path. To complete a path. Complete a path. Suppose you are here. Suppose you are here and you are moving in the anti-clockwise sense. So if you are moving, जदि तुम एठु बाहर छ पुनी एठी की पहुंचीबा पाई जति की समय लागेला सेटा गोटे टाइम पीरियड. अगर आप यहाँ से निकल रहे हैं तो फिर से वही जगह पर पहुंचने के लिए जितना टाइम लगेगा उसको बोलते हैं हम एक टाइम पीरियड. सो व्हाट इज ओके, सो what is the Kepler's third law? That the t square, the time period square, is proportional to cube of the semi-major axis. So cube of the semi-major axis. Remember, r is not the radius, r is the semi-major axis. Semi-major axis. Okay, so r is the semi-major axis length. So what is semi-major axis? Suppose this is an ellipse and this is a focus and this is a focus. So the focus will be on the same straight line. Okay. So if you will draw this one, so this is the major axis. This is the major axis and this one is the minor axis. This one is major axis and this one is minor axis, and this one up to this is known as the semi-major axis. This distance is known as semi-major axis, and the time period to complete the path is t. Okay, so the third law says that t square is directly proportional to r cube, where r is the semi-major axis. Okay, so this is the Kepler's third law. When the the Earth is rotating around the Sun, the time taken to complete path is if capital T and R is the semi-major axis, then the Kepler's third law is T square is proportional to R cube. Okay, so this is Kepler's third law. Now we'll see what is the potential energy or gravitational force. What is the potential energy? Potential energy. So you remember one relation between force and potential energy. If we denoted the potential energy as U, U is the potential energy, capital U. Okay, capital U is the potential energy, and the gravitational force is G m1 m2 divided by r square. R is the central distance. Then remember Feg equal to minus del U by del R. और अगर थ्री डायमेंशनल में देखेंगे, so this is minus delta U. So this is the relation. Gravitational force is equal to minus position derivative of potential energy. So what will be potential energy? This is nothing but minus integration of Fg dr 0 to r. So remember, if this is the expression of gravitational force, if you will substitute here and you will do the integration, then you will obtain the potential energy equal to G m into capital L divided by R. So remember, this is the potential energy. In the force expression, this is R square, but in potential energy proportional to R. So potential energy is proportional to 1 by R, but the gravitational force is proportional to 1 by R square. Okay, so this is the potential energy for gravitational potential energy. Okay, this is gravitational potential energy. Okay, so this is gravitational potential energy. Remember the formula. That is G m r divided by R. But R is the central distance. This is not the Earth radius. If the object is situated on the Earth's surface, then the central distance is R. But if it is situated at a height, then central distance will be R plus S. If it is at a depth, then central distance will be R minus T. So remember the R value. Okay, so this is the gravitational potential energy. Now we will see what is the escape velocity. Okay, what is the escape velocity? Escape velocity. So we can represent it as VE. So this is the velocity. What is escape velocity? अगर हम किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट को अर्थ के सरफेस से ऊपर तक फेंकेंगे, मतलब ऊपर फेंकेंगे, तो इतना वेलोसिटी में फेंकेंगे कि वो दोबारा लौट के नहीं आएगा, तो उस वेलोसिटी को बोलते हैं एस्केप वेलोसिटी। मतलब किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट को अगर हम अर्थ सरफेस से इतना वेलोसिटी में मारेंगे कि वो दोबारा नहीं आएगा, मतलब वो ग्रेविटेशन पुल से बाहर चला जाएगा, तो उस वेलोसिटी को कहते हैं एस्केप वेलोसिटी। सो एस्केप वेलोसिटी इज द वेलोसिटी with which if an object is fired, then it will come out from gravitational pull of Earth, मतलब वो अर्थ के रिटर्न नहीं करेगा, तो इतना वेलोसिटी में मारेंगे, उसको निकालेंगे कि वो चला जाएगा अर्थ के ग्रेविटेशन पुल से बाहर। ओके, सो हम क्रिकेट खेलते हैं, तो अगर हम बॉल को इतना वेलोसिटी में मारेंगे कि वो इतना ऊपर जाएगा कि वो फिर से दोबारा लौट के नहीं आएगा, ऐसे वेलोसिटी को हम बोलते हैं एस्केप वेलोसिटी। तो इसका एप्लीकेशन जो है हम यूज़ करते हैं हमारा जो स्पेस को भेजने के लिए, मतलब जो रॉकेट है उसको भेजने के लिए, मतलब इतना वेलोसिटी से हम नीचे से उसको ऊपर तक धकेलेंगे कि वो नीचे नहीं आएगा, मतलब ग्रेविटेशनल पुल से बाहर चला जाएगा। सो इट विल ओवरकम द ग्रेविटेशनल पुल। ओके, सो इट विल नेवर कम बैक, सो इट विल it will if an object is fired, then it will never come back. Oh, okay, it will come out from gravitational pull पार. So gravitational pull से बाहर चला जाएगा, मतलब वो नीचे फिर से लौट के नहीं आएगा. Okay, so what will happen? So when the object is moving to upward, so here remember it will never come back. Okay, it will never come back. So the total energy will be zero. It will never come back. It will never come back to the downward. So इसका जो total energy है वो loss हो जाएगा और वो बाहर चला जाएगा. So what is total energy? So that's meaning that the total energy is zero. अगर आप कुछ भी नहीं कर पाते हैं मतलब आपका जो एनर्जी है वो जीरो है, ठीक है. So it will never come back. That's why total energy equal to zero. Hence kinetic energy equal to potential energy. Okay. We have previously discussed that the potential energy is G m1 m2 divided by R. Right? Actually, one negative sign is there since it is moving to upward. So kinetic energy plus potential energy will be zero. Therefore, kinetic energy equal to minus potential energy. What is kinetic energy? So kinetic.
ये गुरुमान को मोबाइल से उनके पठेले एटे लास्ट है.
So okay, so kinetic energy plus potential energy will be zero. So hence kinetic energy is minus potential energy. So what is kinetic energy? Half mv square. So that is the velocity we have. This is the escape velocity. So what is the potential energy? That is G n into m divided by r. Since it is moving to Earth's surface, moving from the Earth's surface, the central distance is r. Therefore, VE equal to 2 Gm by r. So this is the half mv square and it is root. Okay. What is Gm? Again we have to know G equal to Gm by r square. So what will be Gm? So that is nothing but G r square divided by r root over. Hence the escape velocity is root over 2gr. Hence the escape velocity is square root of 2gr. Square root of 2gr. We know that g equal to 9.8. Since we are throwing it from the Earth's surface, so the g value is 9.8. Okay, so since we are throwing it from the Earth's surface, so the g value is 9.8 meter per second square, and the r we know as 16400 kilometer. So if we substitute here, that will come 11.2 kilometer per second. अगर हम इतना वेलोसिटी से एक ऑब्जेक्ट को अर्थ सरफेस से फेंकेंगे तो वो दोबारा लौट के नहीं आएगा, ठीक है. अगर हम 11.2 किलोमीटर पर सेकेंड के स्पीड में उसको अगर अर्थ सरफेस से छोड़ेंगे तो वो रिटर्न नहीं आएगा, ठीक है. सो इसको बोलते हैं एस्केप वेलोसिटी. Okay, so here we will complete the gravitational chapter that contains the acceleration due to gravity, mostly the acceleration due to gravity at a surface, at a height and at a depth. Then we discuss the escape velocity, we discuss the orbital velocity, we discuss the Kepler's law shortly, but that also important. So you remember that one and try to understand. If you didn't understand any part or any, so you can comment. In the previous videos given the number also. Okay, so if any mistake also, please comment in the comment section and share this so that it will help to others. Okay, so let's stop here. Thank you.